Hey, dear friends, welcome back again. We are so happy you popped over again to see what we are up to today. Of course, for everyone who is new here, welcome. We are Janny and Dyanne, and we hope you enjoy what you see. And if you do, of course, we hope you take a little bit of inspiration with you. For everyone who is here and is not subscribed to our channel, we hope you will click the red subscribe button, give it a thumbs up, and tick the bell so you will be notified every time we upload new DIYs. Like we always say, enough talking, let's jump in today's inspiration.
Hey, welcome to a new Deco Easy DIY. It's me, Diane, here for you with a new tumbling tower block DIY. For the ones newer to our channel, welcome. Thank you for watching our video. The package that you see here, these are the blocks that Jenny and I use. We got them from an online web shop for party supplies. And yeah, they have everything from decorations to games. And since this is a game, they sell it for €3 for each package. Then you get 45 pieces of these. This is how they look like. I believe they are 5 centimeters tall and 1 centimeter wide or something. Anyway, they're great to work with, so we love those. What you also need, of course, is good glue to glue the wooden blocks together. These are the things that we use. Pateks, that's a Dutch brand, I don't think it's a Dutch brand. They sell it here in a Dutch store called Action, and Action is a shop similar to Dollar Tree, but then here in the Netherlands, and it's really cheap. I believe this whole flask here is about €1.50 or €2. That is cheap because you get really a lot of stuff and it lasts super long. Now, the only thing you got to think about when you use this is once you open the cap, that you put it back on, because, well, now it's clear, but if you forget that, then the nozzle gets stuck and you get yourself a needle to pinch it through, and then everything will be okay. Enough talking, I'm going to make a fireplace today. I hope you love it, and let's go start crafting. So we start with the base of our fireplace. Let's see how long I want this to be. If I make it this big, should that do? 5 blocks wide, and then 5 tall, I think. Yeah, that must be great. Okay, now grab those blocks. The first ones I'm going to lay them in place. The other ones I'm going to rotate a little bit so I can apply the glue a little bit easier. Because I like gluing when you let the glue, set or dry or whatever you want to call it for just a couple of minutes. Because I think the tension, the joint, the stickiness, however you want to call it, is much better. Okay, you take your wood glue and then you just gently apply some glue upon those blocks here. Doesn't have to be super much. Just this way. Then you let that sit for a couple of minutes, and then we're going to push them together. Now, if you want to spread out the glue a little bit better, then I suggest rubbing those blocks with the glued parts together. So not the glue on the non-glued part, but only the glued parts to the glued parts. I'm not going to do that right here because I think it looks pretty nice, but sometimes, yeah, I have that often. I put too much glue in one part of the block and then it won't spread super easily. And then I just do this. Just take these two, rub it against each other, and then you have a nice layer of glue. Hope you can see it because it's pretty transparent. A nice layer of glue. I'm going to let this dry for a couple of minutes and then I'll be back putting it together. Okay, so there we go. Let me rotate my crafting mat a little bit. I just like to do this. Tumble them over, gently push them together. Do not touch that hard or press that hard. We're going to solve that later. Doesn't have to be super straight either. That is our next step. I'll show you a nice trick which you can use to do that. And the last two here. And if you see glue peeping through, you can easily get rid of that with a wet piece of, or damp towel, or just your finger, tissue paper, whatever. Oh yeah, I will show you the trick. What I like to do, you just grab 2 loose blocks, you put them to the ends, and then you push it together. Then you see a little bit more glue peeping through. That's a good thing, because now you're raising the tension and you put everything firmly together. And then the only thing you have to do is outline them by doing this. Don't need to push super hard, just a gentle touch. Make everything shovel back in place. Sometimes I just show me doing that when parts are popping up. You can also, press them together like that. Make sure that this is free of glue, and then you can reuse them again. I'm going to just gently swap my finger here and rub it back to the crafting mat, because once in a while I'll just buy a new one. Good, and now we let this dry. I think today it's warm here, so half an hour should be enough. And now we're going to put everything together as well. Maybe in the meantime, I will start with the back panel of the fireplace, because this is the ground panel. Maybe we start with the back part, but I just want to wait because I want to see how big the scale is compared to the bottom part. So I think I just apply these, let that dry, and then we craft further. Okay, let's apply these carefully together. What we do is just put these on their sides. Glue isn't completely dry, but most of it is. And we just apply glue on these parts. I just put a little bit more up on here, because these open parts of the wood, I still see little spots and openings here, but maybe that depends on the wood that the producer used for this kind of thing. I noticed that they need a little bit more glue. Just gently rub and then push them into the right place. Now, there comes a lot of glue through here. I already expect that to happen. Not something to worry about. Just do the same trick again with those blocks. First we push here, there, and then we outline everything like so. Last step, just gently slide your finger on the parts where the glue is peeping through. And then we're good to go for the bottom part. Now I'll let this dry a little bit longer. I think an hour is enough. And then we continue our crafting journey. The base panel is ready. Now I want to make the top panel. And therefore I'm going to make 4 rows out of 4 blocks, just the same way as I did with the ground panel. Turn them over. And then we start gluing away. I think you know the drill. Let's speed it up a little bit. Back again. Let's move over to the back panel. I want that to be 4 wide and that must be 9 high. So these are the first blocks in row. We should lay them down, of course. And then I'm going to stack it up until I've reached 9. Which is this amount of blocks. Yeah, 9 pieces. Gluing will be exactly the same, just as I did with the other panels. Oh, then I should put them back up, right? Otherwise the gluing won't go as planned. This will be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. But well, yeah, we need a lot of patience. At least I need for today. Yeah, it could be worse, of course, but it isn't super warm, so the glue isn't drying super fast. But maybe you're lucky. The sun is shining. Stopped raining. When I started crafting, it was raining. So no complaints. Let's glue this thing. Did you just saw what happened with this one? I think I put a little bit too much tension on the whole thing. Sorry. Anyway, I'm quickly going to glue it all together because I think the glue is dry enough to pick the whole thing up and assemble the back panel. Because I'm afraid if I wait a little bit longer, because here is a little gap, and I'm afraid that when I wait a little bit longer to start gluing the whole thing together, then the gap won't close anymore because now the glue is still fluid and you can still move things around. So forget what I just said with wait a couple of minutes. We're going to glue now. Carefully turn this around. Also had that done once too quick before. That doesn't end well for your craft. Now carefully put them back in place. And carefully going to put these here. Don't push as hard just as I did before. And I think that we're there now. Just press it all flat. Well, still a little bit of gaps though. Maybe we can help that fill it up with a little bit of glue. Just glue this whole way here. Now I'm going to get my finger and just wipe. You won't see this anymore once you start painting. But it's a little bit better fixed now. A little bit smoother. Okay. Well, leave it up to this, I think. Let it dry. And then, yeah, I think we're almost ready to assemble the whole thing. So, keep tuned. Okay, here I have the back panel. Here I have the floor panel. Want to assemble these two together. Just like this. So just let me grab some glue. Hopefully this should be enough. Wipe a little bit more towards the corner. Now I'm going to grab myself a heavy object to start. Oh, does it need extra support? I don't think so. Just to be sure, I grab a jar, put that in the right place. And I think I can also start assembling the top section. Let's do the same thing, grab some glue. Yeah, this way. Put it here upon the corner. If you want, you can use a brush to just smoothen the glue a little bit more. Just wipe it like that. I'm not doing that today, but it might help if your wood is a little stubborn and it won't stick together. Now, let's grab something. Oops. Heavy again. Was that heavy that I let it fall down? There. Now the whole thing can rest and we can wait until this is dry as well. I'm back with the side panels. I made two of these, 3 by 3, and I already put this in just to give it a try, and I'm going to assemble this one. What I do, just grab the wood glue, sorry. Pour some glue here, and as well here, and on the other side. And then we carefully let this one sink in with the whole craft. And it's still a little bit wobbly, but that doesn't mind. Okay, let's just carefully wipe away that glue. And I can feel that it's smooth against the other side, so we let this dry. Now it really starts to look like a fireplace, doesn't it? This is what the fireplace looks like right now. You can leave it this way, or I think that I like that it is a little bit spiced up. Let me turn it down for you. Oh no, I gotta put it upwards. You can make out of 3 stacked blocks just some tiny little detailed edge here, like so. Maybe if you want to, you can also double it. Hope that they don't tumble down. Just to give you an idea how it can look. I'm going to do it this way and also on the other side. Just the same, 2 upstanding rows, then we let it dry, and then I think it's time for the paint. Okay, I'm laying down the blocks in the right position. Well, I want to talk with you. In the meantime, while I'm doing this, the next step that I'm going to do is already start painting the inner part of the fireplace. Why? Because then I can surely arrange every corner right without might tumble it down or destroying what I just made. There we go. Okay, now this is a little bit much. Just carefully try to set it. Oops. I think this is way too much. Anyway, I'm going to put it together. Yeah, it's warmer now at the end of the day, so the glue also heated up a little bit more, which makes it a lot more fluid than it was before. There. So you quickly add a little bit too much glue. And then the last ones. What I want to say, you can reach also the corners a little bit better. There. Don't forget to close this one. So I'm going to paint this whole inside part of the fireplace already. Then when this is dry, because I also have to stack them together and then place them upwards like this, we can paint the out part, the outer side. You're not going to see it. You can also do the inner part and the floor part, for example, and even the top section. You're not going to see that either. It's just white ordinary paint. I will show you the paint. It's one that I regularly use, just normal white plain paint from the construction store. You can get this in every color you want because they can mix it into the color you like. But I just got the plain white version. You can see it on the cap. It's just clearly white. I love that, just a clean look on every DIY, but you can also make it black. You can use beeswax, another varnish, totally up to you. Time to put this one here, or the other one. Just put glue around these edges and it should be able to just slide, as you can see, right into place. Gently push, oops. I think that somehow some blocks aren't completely straight, so that's why it's start getting loose. Okay, well, just leave it to dry. Then I'm going to paint both of the panels. Yeah, there's glue here on my hands. Going to paint both of the panels as well in the white color, and I think then we're good to go. Everything is dry and I now want to decorate. Therefore, I want to make my own garland. I'm going to use twine, which I'm going to glue about right here, just like this. And I also have wooden letters, Scrabble letters from Action. And I want to make cozy, which is here, and home. just by, I have the glue gun here, by gluing them down onto the cord. Start off with putting some wooden beads upon the twine. Now be careful, take enough twine, because I see that getting these beads through is quite a lot of work. Just taking much more bead than I need. And then just get rid of these dripping parts. Just apply a thread of glue there. Put this one here. In the meantime, I'm going to add an extra bead, and I want to do that in between the letters to give it a more high-end look for the garland. But that is quite a struggle, as you can see. Now, continuing with the M. And try to outline the top of the bead with the top of the letter that I'm using. And I'm going to work my way further. The garland is done. Here you can see how it looks. Now I want to hang it up, but I'm a little bit afraid that it's too large. I thought it would be okay. No, that is just too large. Pretty annoying. Oh, you can't see it. Sorry. Let me move a little bit forward. This is a little bit too long. Let me see what happens if I take just 2 of the outer beads off. I'm going to put them off back into the bag. What will happen if we just do it like this? This is okay. This length looks good. Now, wonderful. Let me put this one down. I'm going to glue it just underneath the top section. So just underneath here. There I will pour a big dot of glue. Hopefully you don't see it that much then. I'm going to press the twine with the help of the scissors into the right place. I'm going to do the same thing here. Now it looks really weird because gravity is pulling it down. Not cutting the edges off yet. We'll do that after we glued it. Try to stay as close to the bead as I can. There we are. I can turn this one off. Yeah, it's charging, so that's why the light is flashing. Now, let's see what happens. Just cut these off here. And the other part as well. Oh, come on, there. Still have to arrange it a little bit better. Can't see what I'm doing, by the way. There we are. Here we are. What would a fireplace be without any fire? And therefore I have the following solution. You just grab 2 tea lights. These are from IKEA, for example, battery operated. And some more tumbling tower blocks. These will be the logs. And the idea was to put these in when you turn them on. And then we're going to build around it with blocks. But these blocks are a little bit pale. So I want to give them a darker color by using this stuff here. For the ones new here, this is beeswax, and you can use it to give things a really nice finish. Well, let's say we take first 8 blocks. You just get an old brush. Make sure that you ventilate your room because this stuff smells pretty strong. Then I like to take the lid of the jar, dip my brush into there, And then leave one side unpainted. And then you just start by giving these a darker color. And as you can see, it really looks like, yeah, more like darker wood right now. You can fasten the drying process by using blow dryer, just using the scissors so I can varnish a little bit better. And there we have the difference. I'm going to do the other ones as well. Those blocks are dry. I just used some tissue paper. First I used the blow dryer and then I used tissue paper, and now they're safe to handle because otherwise it would be way too greasy. As said, I left one side unglued, and what I'm going to do right now is grab my fireplace. I have a hot glue gun here. Leave these two here in the center, and then, yeah, this is old glue. And then I'm going to like to stack these upon each other, but around those tea lights. So it looks like those wooden logs are set on fire, but it's not. Here you see the blocks glued down. I couldn't show you that, sorry, because otherwise you'll only be looking at the back of this fireplace, and that's not real entertaining. So I decided to skip that step, but hopefully you can see, yeah, if you look like that, you can still take these lights out. But if you look at it from the front, it isn't just like a real fireplace. Some of the blocks are loose. Why did I do that? Otherwise I couldn't take these out, the candle lights, but you can easily put everything back into place, and then it looks again like the real fireplace. Now the only thing I want to do is add some extra decorations, maybe on top of the mantle, and I think then we're there. I think I will show you the final result in the next step. Here is the final result. What I really like about those IKEA tea lights is that they flicker a little bit, so it looks like you're looking at real fire, but it's fake. Anyway, you can't see this. You see it when you look at it, a fireplace like so. Let us know in the comment section what you think. We'll zoom in on the decoration. Just use various types of greenery combined to let it drape across the mantle to give it a more real effect. We hope that you enjoyed watching this video, and we hope to see you back soon again. Thank you for watching.